Hello everyone, welcome to our channel CSE GURUS. Shravan Manthri here. So as part of algorithm section in Hackerrank, we'll go to the next question. So we have done with all these things till very big sum. So now we are going for diagonal difference. So it's in the subdomain warm up. I have given the link in the description. You can open it. So we'll try to solve this question. Actually we'll go for anyway in C, Java as well as Python, but in each one I'll try to explain two methods, a general method and the best method. So that's what, like writing a nested for loop and writing with a single for loop, how to make it we can see here. Given a square matrix, calculate the absolute difference between sum of its diagonals. It's something like it might be left diagonal followed by right diagonal. You have to get the sum and subtract them and get the absolute value. Which means what is the left diagonal elements, which are I'm highlighting here, you can see. So 1, 5, 9, so that is what the sum is 15, and right diagonal 3, 5 and 9, which is equals to 17. If you get the difference 15 minus 17, it's minus 2 anyway. You have to get the positive value, which is the absolute difference. So that's what you need to implement, that absolute difference function, that is diagonal difference function. So we have to make it here anyway. What you need to return an integer which is absolute difference, that you have to make it. Of course the constants are given, for the values are in between minus 100 to plus 100. Integer is absolutely fine, it is not crossing integer limit. So here also you can see, so left diagonal elements are 11, 5 minus 12, which is 16 minus 12, which is 4, and right diagonal which is 4, 5 and 10, which is equals to 19. 4 minus 19, which is 15, minus 15, which is absolute difference is 15, which you need to get the output. So we'll try to write the code how to get, first thing, how to get the left diagonal elements. First we need to get it. Anyway, first I'll start the code. Anyway, in parallel I'll explain how to take each and every element. Where I have to write the code in C language first. Yeah, here itself, here I have to write the code. So diagonal difference, which, and of course here it is given, it's a square matrix. You can clearly observe it is given square matrix. So rows and columns are equal. So now here I have to write the logic. Now how to get the logic? First of all, I want to iterate through the entire matrix in the row wise and column wise. In order to get it, I need a nested for loop which I'll traverse row wise the variable I, column wise the variable j. Anyway, you need two sums, which is left diagonal, which is taken by s1, which is 0 initialized, s2, which is the right diagonal, I'll try to write and initialize to 0. Now I'll start the loop. For I starts from 0, I less than arr underscore number of rows, and I plus plus, and for j which starts from 0, j less than, of course, the number of columns, which of course is with respect to rows it is same, j plus plus. Then if I write here something like s equals to s plus arr, which is a matrix ij. Now this one is a solution if I take s as a initialized to 0, or let me keep it as s1, already we have taken. So now what s1 consists at the end, which is a sum of all its elements in the array, which is a matrix. That means it will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this, all the elements. But you need only the left diagonal to store in s1. How to get the left diagonal? What are the elements in the left diagonal? If I take 1, 5, 9, if that index starts from anywhere 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, like this it will be. Now what are the left diagonal elements? That index is 0, 0, this 5, the index is 1, 1, next index is 2, 2, which means I and j if I consider. In order to satisfy the left diagonal condition, the condition it is here is I equals to j. So you can see 0 and 0, 1, 1 and 2, 2. So that's what I'll write it here. So don't make the entire element sum. When if I equals j, then only make the sum which is absolutely, that is the sum of only left diagonal, which will be stored in s1. Now what about right diagonal? of course, what is the condition for right diagonal elements to take? That's what you need to consider here. Anyway, this is very most important if you consider for any 2D array programming. Now what are the right diagonal elements? 3, 5 and 9. So index of 3 is which is 0, 2. Index of 5 is 1, 1. Index of 9 is 2, 0. Now what is the condition here if I take I comma j? So the condition is, if you clearly observe, what is I plus j? 0 plus 2 is 2, 1 plus 1 2 and 2 plus 0 is 2. That means if you clearly observe what is I plus j, here it is 2, which means what is the size of the array? 3, right? 3 by 3. So 3 by 3, which means 3 minus 1 2, right? So which is, I can say, if the size is n minus 1 you can say. Even if you take any sort of the square matrix, if it is one more row, so you will get like 0 3, which is 1 2, like this. Every time you will get the sum as 3. So the condition here is, for the left diagonal I equals to j, for the right diagonal it is I plus j equals to total number of rows minus 1. You can observe clearly. So that's the condition I have to use here. So for that I'll write it here. If I plus j double equals to how many rows? So if you clearly observe, arr underscore rows or columns, both are equal, minus 1. So that means the condition which only takes the right diagonal elements, then only you have to store it in S2, which is arr of ij. So like this you have to make it. And now here, once it is done, what you need to return, once the two loops are done, return the absolute value. So you have to make S1 minus S2, but with absolute value you have to return, which is ABS method you can use, readily available, which is stored in math.h library. So here you can see ABS absolute value, you can get it. So S1 which stores the left diagonal, S2 which stores the right diagonal element sum. So finally subtracting them and get the absolute value, that is what actually needed. So let us execute for any errors. Yeah, absolutely fine, no errors, it is executed successfully, and submit the code. Yeah, we got it, the answer. But I can say this is not the best answer. This is the answer, but this is not the best answer. So how to get it? Let us suppose here, if I assume that if there are 1000 rows and 1000 columns, what if the number of rows are 1000 rows and 1000 columns? This loop will go 1000 times and this loop also will go 1000 times. The complexity is 1000 into 1000 times it is going. Now what if can I get only with the simple for loop where the complexity has to go for single for loop, which is 1000? Can I get it? Yes, you can get it. That is the next answer. I'll try to make it. You can see, I'll try to write it here. I'll update this one. You can see I don't need the nested for loop, that's why j variable is not required. I don't want this one also. So I want with the single for loop. How to make it? You can see no need of this condition. Instead of writing arr of ij, I'll write arr of ii. That is a left diagonal. What about right diagonal? See, s2 equals to s2 plus a of I. Okay, what in place of j I have to write? Anyway, there is no j variable here. Now how to get that value? You can see here, what are the elements you have? 0, 2, 1, 1, 2, 0, which are indices. A simple constraint you can see. In the previous you have written arr of ij. In place of j you have written I. Why? Because the condition for left diagonal it is I equals to j. What is the condition for right diagonal? I plus j equals to n minus 1. Now what is j equals to? So which is equals to n minus 1. This I, I'll take it on the right side, minus I. So you just have to replace j with n minus 1 minus I. The answer will be over. You can see here. I'll try to write a of I, n minus 1 minus I. Now S1 consists left diagonal elements, S2 consists right diagonal elements. With the single for loop we have written. So now what is the result? You can get return absolute of S1 minus S2. Let us see this output. Yeah, absolutely fine. Here also all the test cases are passed. Now this is, I call it as a best compared to the previous solution. Why? Because here you can see number of rows are 1000 and 1000. Is it going 1000 into 1000 times? No. it is going only 1000 times this for loop. So that's what, if previous one, if it is a n by n matrix, previous it is going to the complexity n square, but now it is going to the complexity, of course, n, of course k into n, of course two statements you have written, it's 2 into n, which is absolutely n, which is far better than compared to the previous solution. So like this you need to get the solution as well as you have to get the best solution. That's what important here. Now this is about C language solution. Now we'll go for Java. In the same method I'll try to go for it. So it is given as a list. The first method I'll go directly here. We need actually some s1 equals 0 comma s2 equals 0. For loop I equals to, of course, int I equals to 0. How many rows it has? So I less than arr dot size, which you have to write, and I plus plus, and I have to go for j loop. For int j starts from 0, and how many columns you have? So you can write like this: columns arr of 0, that means get 0 dot get of 0 dot size, so which means it will give number of columns. So that's what you can make it, and j plus plus. So get 0, it's a particular row, how many columns, which is definitely the same for other columns also, other rows also. So like this you can take nested for loop using a list, 2D list. Now the condition is same, I explained. So if, what is the condition for left diagonal? If I is equals to j, yes, you have to add s1 plus equals to, which is arr of arr dot index ij, right? So get I, get of I dot get of j. So like this you have to write. Of course, for the right diagonal, the condition is, I told you, if I plus j double equals to, what is the number of columns or rows? Arr dot size, which is -1. If this is the condition true, yes, go for s2, which is a sum of right diagonal, s2 plus equals to, or s2 equals to s2 plus, whatever. So which is equals to arr dot get of I dot get of j, right? Like this you have to write. You will get s1, which is the sum of left diagonal, and s2, which is the sum of right diagonal. You will get it. And anyway, once the nested for loop is done, you have to return the s1 minus s2, which is absolute sum unit, which is, I can write it with math dot abs. So which is the absolute value, you can get it like this. So I'll try to execute this one. You can see I've written the code here. You can see some which are initialized to 0 for left and right, and each time I'm going to the nested for loop. If I equals j, which is a left diagonal, and I plus j equals to size -1 right diagonal, so then absolute value. Run the code for any errors. Yeah, of course we missed one closing brace, it seems, or extra. Yeah, we missed one closing brace, so that's what I made it. And here you can see, if I submit here, so like this we got it, the output successfully. Now we'll try to write the best code. Why should I go for this one, this for loop, j loop, which is not needed, so no condition is needed. We'll directly make s1 equals to s1 plus equals to s1 plus get of I and get of I again, which is I, and here also we don't want this one, so directly we'll make it s2 equals to which is get of I and get of, instead of j, what you need to write, what is the size of the array, arr of size, which is -1 minus I. So this is what you can write it directly. No need of nested for loop here, no j variable is needed. Directly we can make it with single for loop. Let us see this one, is it correct or not? So absolutely right, you can see. And of course submit the code. You can see, is that all the 10 test cases passed? Yes, absolutely fine. So like this easily you can make it with in Java. We'll try to write the Python code also. Python 3 I selected, and here where should I write? Yeah, here diagonal difference error, and here also I am writing. So here also I'll declare two variables, s1 is 0 and s2 is also 0. Now for loop for I in range, which is a range, what is that you have to take? First one ARR, that is length of ARR, right? Length of ARR you have to take, and then inside J loop for J in range up to length of, it is columns, that's why I have to write length of ARR of 0, which is column wise, you will get it here. And you can see if the condition, if I double equals to j, then s1 plus equals to ARR of I j. So like this you need to write. Again one more, if I plus j double equals to, what is that? Length of ARR minus 1, which is, you can say, yes, s2 equals to s2 plus, of course s2 plus equals to, I can write ARR of ij. Clearly check it out about indentation, it's very important. So for loop inside, one more for loop inside if conditions. So again back to here. So once everything is done, here I need to write, so return, what is that? Absolute of s1 minus s2. So this is what you have to return anyway finally. So let us see, is it correct or not? Any errors? Yeah, absolutely fine. And also submit the code. Yeah, you can see all the 10 test cases passed. Now we'll write the effective code. Why should I take J loop here? So for I in range length of ARR, s1 equals to s1 plus equals to, which is ARR of I comma I. Anyway, for here, that is for left diagonal, and for the right diagonal s2 plus equals to, so ARR of I. What about in J? You have to keep the length of ARR minus 1 minus I. So this word you can make it in the for loop, single for loop, and finally return absolute value of s1 minus s2. So then run the code. Yes, are there any errors? Still processing? Yeah, absolutely perfect. So submit the code. So all the 10 test cases passed. So like this easily you can write the answer for this question. So how to write the general method, how to get the best method. So that's what I explained here. So we have done with this question, diagonal difference. We'll see plus minus the question in the next video lecture. Thank you.